Hey, it's John. I want to show you an interesting picture. Obviously, this is a brick wall. However, it's about to teach you an amazing lesson about your brain and your success. Look closely at the picture. What do you see? A brick wall? Do you see the grooves? A lizard head maybe? The different colors of the bricks? In a minute, I'll show you how the hidden lesson in this picture is critical to priming and training your brain to see and help you achieve the success you truly want. It can make the difference between you feeling the amazing pride, knowing you can become the person who can live the life of your dreams, versus the person who has had so much potential and never fulfilled it, resulting what a lot of people end up feeling is embarrassment, shame, or guilt, and possibly feeling regret over and over again throughout their lives. In fact, as you watch this short training to the end and do what I'll show you how to do, you'll see that the brick wall you just saw and what's hidden within it reveals a scientific fact about earning more money, finding the love of your life, losing weight, and being happier than you've ever imagined possible. I'm also going to share with you the latest scientific brain research and new discoveries about goal setting and goal achieving that can help you flip on your brain's GPS goal achieving switch so you can start today to achieve the goals and dreams and lifestyle that you've dreamed of. If you, like me, want to achieve your greatest potential, then I know you are very interested in learning the shortest and fastest way to guarantee your success. Now, you probably know this, that it's actually kind of sad that every day millions of people make decisions to lose weight, to earn more money, to maybe leave a job or relationship that they're not happy with, only to find that after they make the decision, it's a lot harder than they think to follow through with the behaviors necessary for more than maybe a week or two without veering off track. Now, why is this? Behavioral psychologists know that over 92 to 95% of people who set a goal never end up achieving what they set the goal to achieve. Now, if you're finally ready to be in that 5 to 8% of people who do, pay close attention. I'll show you a proven formula that will train you and your brain to achieve your life's most daring goals, smarter, faster, and easier than ever before, and many of them you'll be able to achieve in the next 6 to 12 months. Now, this simple formula has been applied by men and women to increase their success rate, grow their businesses to new heights, make more money, and in some cases they've done it in weeks because they've followed how to achieve goals instead of just setting goals. And whether it takes a couple of weeks or a couple of months or maybe even a year, I want you to feel and experience the joy of achievement and the exhilaration with the accomplishment of who you've become in pursuing and achieving your life's biggest goals and dreams. And the reason I've decided to put this training together for you today is because over the last week or so, I've shared some great tidbit videos on setting and achieving goals, and I've gotten some great feedback, and I've gotten many questions from people just like you about, do I have an exact blueprint from A to Z that somebody could follow to help them set goals, use the universal laws in to achieve their goals, and more importantly, do it in a way that keeps them focused on their goals and dreams. And so in this video training, I'm going to show you the full spectrum. I'll show you an amazing formula that has worked for me for over 35 years, and I've taught it to tens of thousands of people who have applied it. And it gets even better. As part of my commitment to helping as many people as I can, including you, I'm going to give you an opportunity to be part of my Goal Achiever Inner Success Circle, where you can learn directly with me. Just a note, I'm taking this video down when the counter on this page hits 0. So invest the time in yourself right now and watch it without any distractions. Now, before I dive in, I totally get it if you think that you may have heard everything there is to hear when it comes to personal development and goal achieving. Maybe you've gone to seminars, maybe you've read books, maybe you've listened to CDs, but here's what I completely guarantee for you. The process that I will teach you is different than any other personal development program you may have done or tried before. And so here is why I say this. Everything that I teach has to do with the neuropsychology and the neuroscience of success. So remember the picture that I showed you earlier? It's just a boring, ordinary brick wall, right? Well, here's what I want you to do. First, I want you to think of and imagine a brown cigar, probably about that big, a brown cigar. Now, change your perspective of how you looked at the brick wall before and focus your attention on finding the brown cigar that's sticking out of the wall. Do you now see the cigar? It's right in the middle of the picture, sticking out of the wall. Let me make it a little bit easier for you. I'm going to change the color of the wall so you can see a different background. Now, can you see the cigar sticking out of the wall? Of course you can. It's so much easier now that I primed your brain to look for it and maybe made it even easier by changing the color of the wall. Well, that's exactly the principle behind setting and achieving big goals. If I had said, look at this picture and you'll see a cigar sticking out of the wall, it would have been easy for you. That's a principle called cognitive priming. And here's how you can use it for achieving your goals. Pay close attention to what I'm about to say because it's super important. Lesson number 1 is this. Once you set a goal, you must prime your brain daily by reviewing exactly what to achieve. And you do this by giving your brain the instruction to work on finding the solution for you. This simple innercise, as I like to call it, is what cognitive priming is all about. And when you do it, not once a week or once a month or once every 3 months, when you do it daily, you actually activate a part of your brain called the left prefrontal cortex. And this part of your brain is the GPS part of your brain, and we call it the Einstein part of your brain. There's another part of your brain over here called the Frankenstein part of your brain. We won't get into that right now. But when you create a clear vision and you prime your brain daily, you're giving your brain the instruction to do a ton of work behind the scenes without you even consciously being aware of it. When you don't have a clear vision and bullseye of your target, your goal, you won't see the obvious path or the solutions required to achieving your goals that in many cases may be hidden in plain sight, right before your eyes. Now, I have invested hundreds of thousands of dollars on courses, books, audio programs, coaching, consulting, and just like you, I've done it because I wanted to achieve more success. But one of the things I can share with you is I kept running into my own wall 99% of the time because a lot of these programs told me that all I needed to do to achieve my goals is to be motivated, set my goals, write them down, and just work hard and power through. And that would help me achieve my goals. And I agree that working hard is valid, but working smart is better. And the problem with working hard and powering through was that I found that my persistence and willpower muscle would eventually get tired. I'd be so stressed and I'd revert back to all of my old habits of thoughts, and behaviors. And I can remember a time sitting in my office reading a book when I had this mental breakthrough. And I asked myself, what if there was a way to change or upgrade my brain so that I didn't have to overcome so much stress and resistance in changing every single day and focusing on what I need to do? What if I could just completely eliminate this stress and the resistance in the first place? And that's when I dove deep into brain science, and I soon discovered something that will really help you, and that is this. Using willpower and persistence is like trying to build a house using only spaghetti. It will work for a while, but once a problem comes, then it'll collapse into a sloppy mess like that spaghetti house in a rainstorm. Willpower and persistence is a muscle in the brain. It's a great tool in your toolbox, but there are far more effective, better, more powerful tools that you can use other than or in addition to willpower and persistence. And I always say, from a brain science perspective, willpower and persistence are like numbers 4 and 5 on a scale for achieving goals. And what I want to share with you is what are the number 1, 2, and 3 ways to achieving your goals after you've set them. So here is lesson number 2. It's short, but really, really important. You need more than just willpower, okay, when you're setting your goals, or persistence. Just seeing the bullseye isn't enough. What you have to do is train your brain based on something called automaticity, giving your brain the instructions over and over and over again so they become automatic, and that is what will help you achieve your goals and dreams, because setting goals is a conscious exercise, as you'll learn later. Achieving goals is an unconscious process. And so you should understand that most people are setting goals and then forgetting about them. Most people don't set them in writing, which is something else I recommend. But there's something else that's really, really important in the achievement of goals. There's a hidden enemy most people are unaware of, and this enemy has been conditioned and trained to work against you for most of your life. And it will siphon the gas out of your goal achievement, and this enemy is very hard to find for most people. It's almost like an undetectable cancer. And this one piece of knowledge around this hidden enemy that almost everybody has can mean the difference between your success or failure. So I want you to pay close attention. You may even want to write this down. This hidden enemy is called your unconscious expectation set point. Let me repeat that. It's called your unconscious expectation set point. And I'll explain more about what this is in just a second, but for now I want to ask you a simple, down-to-earth question. Have you ever envisioned yourself driving your dream car or enjoying, wonderful exotic vacations with your family or friends or loved ones? What about giving some of your time or money to the charities or causes of your choice and having the real time that you want to focus on your health, your well-being, your hobbies, the things that you love? Chances are you've nodded your head. Of course you have. Everybody wants the good life. But not everybody gets to live it and have it. And in fact, based on statistics, just pure statistics, most people that have dreams of a certain lifestyle will never get to live it. And that means that the odds are stacked against you unless you learn to do something differently. If you don't do something differently than most people do, you're destined to fail and remain frustrated by being like almost there at the edge of your potential until your dying breath. And the question I have for you is, how does that make you feel? Do you want to feel that unpleasant emotion? What I'd like you to do is go ahead and feel it for just a moment. I'll explain why. How does it feel to be standing on the edge of your potential, not achieving your potential? The reason I ask you to feel it is because when you realize that unless you take action right now, then that is a feeling that's going to repeat itself over and over and over again for the rest of your life. Albert Einstein said the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. And you already know the crucial role that emotions play in your day-to-day life. And so it's why we always ask each other, how are you doing? Here's something to consider. The fear of failure, or the fear of success, or even the fear of disappointing your loved ones can stop you dead in your tracks and prevent you from doing what you must do to achieve your goals and dreams. And for a long time, scientists didn't understand how the specific mechanism of fear of disappointment, of fear of failure, of fear of success played a role in sabotaging or accelerating people's success. What the scientists up until about 10, 15 years ago knew was that fear did hold many people back. And it's just in the last 10, 15 years that scientists have discovered that fear causes your brain to release epinephrine and cortisol. And these two hormones activate your automatic fight or flight response mechanism. And what that does to you and everybody else is it causes most people to lose their motivation and to stay stuck in their comfort zones. In addition, when this happens, there's a part of your brain, the frontal cortex, that will usually shut down with the motivational circuit in the brain. And this is bad news for most people because that part of your brain is responsible for your higher executive functions, like figuring out how to achieve your goals. So do you see the potential problem here? Most people have no clue how to shut down the automatic fear response around disappointment or failure or success within themselves. And this leads me to sharing with you lesson number 3. In order for you to achieve your goals, not set them, achieve them, you have to learn how to manage the unpleasant emotions that arise as a direct result of setting new goals that are out of your comfort zone. What happens when you set a goal that's out of your comfort zone is you set up this emotion of fear and doubt and anxiety. And what that does is it creates a chaotic vibration or frequency in your brain. And what you may or may not realize is this. There's a big gap between the goals you set and your current reality. And as I said earlier, chances are you'll almost never really achieve any of these greater goals that you have unless you learn how to bridge the gap. Now, I know this may sound harsh, but the real question that you may want to ask yourself is this. Why am I saying this to you? And why should you trust me? Because you, like me, have big goals and dreams, and we both want to achieve them instead of just setting them and hoping, praying, and dreaming that we achieve them is going to cause more frustration unless we back it up with getting our mindset right, our skill set right, and our action set right. And these are the 3 reasons why there is a gap between your current reality and your life's biggest goals and dreams. The first gap, as I mentioned, is your mindset. And your mindset includes your attitude and, more importantly, your unconscious hidden beliefs about what you really believe you can achieve and what you secretly believe you deserve to achieve. The second gap, as I mentioned before, is your skill set. And here's where you've got to be honest with yourself. you may not have the knowledge or the skills right now at this time to know exactly how to achieve your goals and dreams. And when you don't have the right knowledge or skills, this severely affects your self-confidence and your certainty levels, which you know is going to activate the fear center in your brain and cause you to have doubts, stress, and anxiety, which leads to procrastination and keeping you in your comfort zone. And then that really ties into the third part here of your gap, and that's your actions. When your beliefs aren't where they need to be, and your confidence and certainty levels aren't as high as they need to be, that prevents you from taking daily action for fear of failing or disappointing yourself or others. Now, the reason I'm sharing this with you is because these unconscious mechanisms and internal triggers lead to unpleasant emotions. And here's what you've got to understand. You and I are biologically wired for the last few million years of our evolution to move away automatically, unconsciously from any pain, even when we want to achieve something grand. This means that your past conditioning will take over and you'll retreat back into your comfort zone. Now, does this make sense? This is all happening inside your brain, and we've gotten to the point in our evolution where we can look inside a human brain under excited times, under fearful times. We can see fear circuits lighting up, motivational circuits lighting up, or stopping, spiritual circuits, etc. So why am I sharing this with you? Because this is the truth of what it's going to take for you to achieve your life's goals and dreams so you can have it all. And fortunately for me, I met a wonderful man when I was just 19 years old. His name was Alan Brown. And he was a very successful real estate developer, a philanthropist, a husband, a father, and an amazing human being who was loving, caring, and kind. And he asked me when I was 19 years old what my goals were for my life. And at the time, I didn't even know what my goals were for the next 30 days, let alone for my life. And what happened with me being mentored by him was that he really changed my entire perspective of what was possible for my life. At the time, like many people, I was lost at sea, hoping and praying that my life would get better. But as you probably know, until I decided to change, my life didn't change. No goals, no plan equaled my life being lost at sea. And at that time, my life was in absolute turmoil. No money. I only had a grade 11 education, and I had a knack for getting in trouble with the law. And I won't get into the details of that, but rest assured, it wasn't pretty. What I do know is had I continued on the path that I was on, I'd either be in jail or the morgue. And I know this to be true because several of my friends ended up in jail and a couple did die. So taking you back, here I was, an underachieving kid without goals, with the beliefs that I wasn't smart enough or good enough to achieve very much. And I was blessed with a massive opportunity right in front of me with this mentor to turn my life and results around. And my biggest turning point in my life came when Alan Brown sat me down, and I remember, I was sitting in a chair and he looked over at me and he had this sharp gaze, in his eyes, and he leaned over to me and he asked me two questions. One of those two questions changed my life forever. And I'm going to ask you the question twice today because I know that by answering the question, it can change your life forever. Here's the first question he asked me. He asked me if I could live my life any way that I wanted, what would it look like and be like and feel like? And so I thought for a moment, and I started to ramble off how I'd like to buy a big home, and I wanted to drive a nice car. And I said I wanted to be a millionaire and travel the world in style. I wanted to retire, my parents, which my sister and I, my brother, have been able to successfully do. And it says, I wanted to never have to worry about money. And I wanted to make sure that my kids, as they got older, never had to worry about the things that I worried about as a kid. And I didn't want them to feel poor and less than the other kids like I did. And he says, great, that's awesome. And maybe you have big dreams like these also. But then he took the direction with another question that was the question that changed my life forever. He asked me this question: are you just interested in achieving these big goals and dreams that you just told me? Or are you committed to achieving them? And I sat a little bewildered and dumbfounded. And in my head, I was thinking, interested, committed, what's the difference? I asked him. And he smiled after he paused for just a moment. And he said, if you're just interested, you will do what is convenient and what is comfortable to achieve your goals and dreams. You'll come up with stories, excuses, and all the reasons why you cannot achieve them, and why it's not the right time, and why you can't invest in yourself. He said, on the other hand, if you are committed to achieving your goals and dreams, you will do whatever it takes. You will learn, you will grow, you will plan, you will invest in yourself, and you will take action today and daily towards achieving the targets, the goals, and the dreams that you have. He said, even when you make errors and fail, you will get up and take action one more time. Even when you feel like quitting, you won't. Even when you feel like you're not smart enough, good enough, or worthy enough, you will learn to dig deep and find a higher power and purpose within you. This, he said, is the difference between those who set goals and those who achieve them. It says you must learn to fail forward and manage the unpleasant emotion that comes with growth and going after your biggest goals and dreams. So let me repeat something. If you're interested, you will do what is convenient to achieve your goals and dreams. If you are committed, you will do whatever it takes starting today. Wow, I thought to myself, I had never really been committed to anything but playing basketball and chasing young ladies up until that point in my life. Okay, I was 19, right? And after a little thought and consideration, maybe 5 minutes, I realized that he was willing to mentor me and help me achieve my life's biggest goals and dreams. And I looked at him, I remember looking up at him, and I said to Alan Brown that I was committed and I would do whatever it takes. It was then we shook hands and I made a decision and a promise to myself that I will do whatever it takes to achieve my life's goals and dreams. And in that moment, I chose to living a life of abundance instead of scarcity thinking and scarcity lifestyle that I grew up with my parents and my family. I chose to learn how I can instead of believing all the reasons, the stories, or the excuses that I had in my head telling me why I can't. So the first big lesson here was this: achieving your biggest goals first starts with a decision from you to commit to their achievement, and that means committing to no more excuses or stories why you can't. So, here's my question for you. Are you interested, or are you committed to achieving your life's biggest goals and dreams? If you said yes, I am committed, like I did, let's virtually have a little bit of fun and shake hands right now with me. Extend your hand out, shake hands with me, and I will help you achieve your goals and dreams like Alan Brown helped me. Now, Alan Brown went on to share with me a proven and winning formula that he and many successful people before him had used. And when I applied it, it helped transform my hopes and prayers of a better life into becoming somebody who can set a goal and learning what it takes to achieve it. And his formula was the full package that I learned to get my mindset right, my skill set right, and my behaviors, my action set right. And this was his way of teaching me to do the right things in the right order at the right time. And when I did, and when you do starting today, it'll be like having the combination to opening up a safe with $1 million or more in it. Now, this formula is not rocket science, and anybody could do it. What I can share with you is once I committed to it and I started to do a few things right, and then I started to do them right consistently, that's when my results started to change, and I've never looked back. It changed me from an unfocused, underachieving kid into a multimillionaire who has grown 5+ multimillion-dollar companies. I've written 2 New York Times bestselling books. I've appeared in 8 or 9 movies, including The Secret and The Quest for Success with the Dalai Lama and Richard Branson. I've been on Larry King 8 times, Ellen DeGeneres, Anderson Cooper, and best of all, I've been able to teach hundreds of thousands of clients and students around the world, just like you, how to apply the same formulas, plus how I've augmented it to help them become super successful. Now, I know that if you're still watching, it's because you're truly ready to get past your fears, your limitations, and any stories and excuses that you may have used in the past, and finally start hitting and achieving all of your goals consistently. What I'd like to do is explain in a little bit more detail what I've learned about setting and achieving goals from a neuroscience perspective. And what I'd like you to do is remember earlier when I said that the real enemy to achieving your goals is your expectation set point, and that there's a big gap between the goals you set and envision for yourself and your current reality? Here's what I mean. Your brain and mine is comprised of your conscious and your unconscious mind. Your conscious mind is where and how you set your goals using something called your deductive reasoning abilities and your imagination. And your conscious mind, okay, is going to be able to make choices and decisions. Unfortunately, it's your unconscious programming and past conditioning that is what's going to almost always override your conscious wants and needs, goals, and desires. So for example, if you want to lose weight, but you have a poor self-image or body image, and maybe even a poor identity about yourself that's been locked in to your unconscious mind for years or decades, you will almost always revert back to your old thoughts, feelings, and behaviors once your willpower muscle and persistent muscle is tired. And like 99.5% of people who try to lose weight, true fact, you will gain back all the weight you lose. The exact same thing is true when it comes to earning or making more money. If you are used to making $25,000, $50,000, or even $100,000 or more, your brain's expectancy point or financial set point works just like a thermostat. Anytime you earn more than what you're supposed to earn, or even less, you will sabotage your success with any behaviors. The comfort of the old will almost always win over the fear and uncertainty of the new results, unless you do one thing: recalibrate, reset your unconscious mind and your expectancy set point. Your brain has an error detection mechanism within it, like a GPS system that tells a missile or an airplane if it's on track or off track. And anytime you're out of your normal zone and achieving more or less success than you are used to, this error detection mechanism kicks in and corrects your thoughts, adjusts your feelings, and causes you to behave in ways so that you end up exactly where you started. And this is why over 85% of lottery winners lose all the money they win within 3 years. It's not because they're not happy to win the money. It's because their hidden self-worth and expectancy set point is to be broke and poor. They blow the millions of dollars they want so that their outside reality matches their inner self-image and inner set point that is ingrained deep in their unconscious mind. This is what they secretly expect. And so this is what the results are that they end up with and reflecting. So if you want to achieve your biggest goals and dreams, then you must prime your conscious and unconscious minds to get them aligned with the goals and dreams you have, so that you create neural harmony, brain harmony between conscious and unconscious mind, instead of having different parts of your brain fighting with each other, causing neural or brain chaos. If you don't take this one simple step and do it right, chances are that you'll end up just like the poor lottery winner. Rich one day and broke the next, successful 1 month and unsuccessful or struggling the next, happy and on top of the world 1 week and challenged the next. So to make sure that you achieve your goals in the next year, there are a few things that you must do that Alan Brown showed me as part of his formula, and he called them the absolute musts. Number one, he said, you must learn to properly set your goals and prime your brain daily to achieve them. Number two, he said, you have to get clear on your core values and your purpose, and then learn how to manage your self-talk and fears that create self-doubt and stress and anxiety. Number three, he said you have to stop wasting valuable time on the trivial many things that waste your days and weeks and months, and you've got to learn that everybody has the same amount of time, but those who learn to focus on the critical few things versus the trivial many things are those who achieve amazing results. And then number four, he said, you've got to get coaching and support to keep you on track for when you're off track, which everybody gets off track. And he says you've got to have some coaching and support to be able to keep you going when you hit your stride and to pick you back up when you fall down. And everybody falls down. So here's something that I'm going to help you in order to achieve your goals. I'm going to do for you what Alan Brown did for me. And this will be the second time I ask you this question, and your answer will determine whether or not you will be the one of the few who goes on to achieve their goals and dreams, or one of the many who will consistently feel regretful that they didn't. It's your choice, so here goes. Are you interested in achieving your goals and dreams, or are you committed to achieving your goals and dreams? If you just said yes, you're committed, I'm going to take you under my wing and I'll show you how to achieve them the right and smart way versus the hard and long way. And best of all for you, I'm not going to charge you my normal $5,000 an hour fee or $35,000 a day consulting fee to do this. What I am going to do to start you off and to get you going fast so that in the next 6 to 12 months you achieve more of your important goals than ever before, I've put together an incredible package of a few of my amazing programs and a few bonuses that'll help ensure your success. For example, one of the bonuses you're going to get today is daily coaching and access to me. So listen up. When you get started, I'm going to give you access, immediate access to a few programs that I personally selected to help you become a goal achiever instead of just a goal setter. So the first thing you're going to get access to is my world famous Having It All program. And this is an online audio training program where I'm going to teach you, A, how to properly set all of your goals so you actually follow through and achieve them using a proven process versus blind luck or gimmicks. Number 2, I'll teach you how to double and possibly even triple your income in the next 12 to 24 months by teaching your brain and you to focus on that end result versus your current circumstances. I will show you exactly how to access your brain's very own GPS or navigational system so that you can find and attract what you need easier and faster than ever before. And what I'll also show you is how to use the latest advances in neuroscience to retrain your brain to higher levels of happiness, health, financial, and life success, all while we'll teach you how to harness the unstoppable power of your unconscious mind and reprogram it to align with your biggest goals and dreams for everything in your life: health, wealth, relationships, career, business, fun, and experiences. You choose the goals. I will show you exactly how to achieve it. All of this is wrapped up in something that I learned many years ago, and that's called the 7 natural laws of the universe. And when you work within the way that the universe works, it makes it so much easier to achieve your goals and dreams. And when you learn the 7 natural laws of the universe, in addition to using some of the bonus audios that I'm going to give you in this program, which are my personal precision affirmations that I use daily to gain more confidence, gain more certainty, and a deeper spiritual connectedness for growth in business, finances, and health, you are going to be able to be equipped with exactly what you need to start having it all. And this Having It All package and program normally sells for $197. So I want to ask you a question. If all this did was show you how to finish what you start, finish the goals that you have set for yourself, would it be worth it? And I can share with you that if all this program did was show you how to double or triple your income, it would be worth it. You'd say yes, wouldn't you? Now, what I can share with you is this. As you learn how to do that, you are going to augment your self-respect, your confidence, and your certainty. Is that worth it? Because the bottom line is this: if that's all you got, it would be worth the entire investment. And it's so much more than that, because you're also going to be able to have better relationships, enjoy time for your hobbies, sports, and activities, whether they're charitable ones or fun ones for you. What this will do for you is really set you up for absolute success versus, step by step eking by, not achieving your goals and dreams. So that's part 1. On top of that, I created a program called How to Get More Done in Less Time. And in that program, which I'm going to include for you, you're going to learn how to significantly increase your daily productivity so that you actually do less every day, but you do it better to completion so that you start and finish your projects. I'll teach you my process that I've taught people for $5,000 an hour on how you can focus on what we call are your highest impact activities and your highest generating revenue activities versus all the thing that eats away at your time every day. And what this program will teach you how to do is how to eliminate the distractions so that you stay on task and complete your goals and dreams. The other thing I'm going to do within that program is every day I start off with something called my daily results planner. And that is a phenomenal way to get me and keep me focused. So I'm going to give you access to that so you can focus like a laser on achieving your goals and dreams. Now, the How to Get More Done in Less Time program normally sells for $197 on its own as well. The other thing that I'm going to give you as part of my desire to help you achieve your goals is I'm going to give you something that is going to help align your behaviors with your highest values in your life. And I created a program called Values-Based Living. And we currently sell that for $197. And what this program will teach you how to do is learn how to do more of what you love, less of what you tolerate, and none of what you hate. And so those three programs alone are just the beginning of what I'm going to give you to make sure that you achieve your goals. Now, here's something that I want you to ask yourself, because everybody asks this question. What if you get stuck doing one of these programs, or you have questions? What if you have doubts? What if you have fears? What if you have sabotaging, thoughts or beliefs that come up? What do you do? Well, I'm also going to include something that is basically priceless. I'm going to give you 6 months access to my daily VIP coaching and full support, where you're going to get access to me and support from my team, in addition to Mark Waldman, who is one of the leading neuroscience experts in the world, who's in the community with me and my team every day. And this way, we can answer your questions. We can give you new tools, new resources, new tips, and new techniques every single day. And what I can share with you is there's over 15,000 people in the community helping each other. People just like you who are using this program and other programs I have and getting amazing results. The whole idea with this community, which is live every day, is to be able to guide you and to help you for the next 6 months in a group coaching session. And this sells normally for $1,995. And so the entire Having It All program is $197. The Values-Based Living is $197. How to Get More Done in Less Time is also $197. And the 6 months group coaching is $1,995. So that means that the total value of this package so far, including the bonuses that I just mentioned, is about $2,586. And so that is worth its weight in gold. And I understand that this may seem like a sizable investment to you. And because my personal goal is to help you achieve your goals and dreams, I want to do something special for you today, like Alan Brown did for me 35 years ago. Here's the deal. If you promise me that when you achieve, not set, but when you achieve the first batch of great results that you want, you'll send me a testimonial. Agreed? If you promise to do this today, I'm going to cut the price from over $2,500, and you can start right now for just $97 to get started and make one final payment of $97 in 30 days. Now, there's a full money back guarantee as well. But think about this. That is less than the price of a cup of coffee a day. So what I want you to do is get started right now. Click on the button, start today. As I mentioned, you've got nothing to lose and everything to gain. Click on the button, get in there, start applying what I've learned over 35 years and what I've taught hundreds of thousands of people. I'm taking all the risk. I've lowered the price for you so that you can make it a no-brainer for you. And there's one more thing I'm going to do for you because I'm feeling pretty generous today. Do you remember I said that you're going to get 6 months access to my daily VIP coaching and support with me and Mark Waldman and my team that's valued at $1,995? This means that you're going to get access to asking me questions, to asking Mark questions, and getting the wisdom of over 15,000 people in the community. Well, here's what I'm going to do. When you act right now, as a bonus, not only am I going to give you the program for just 2 payments of $97, I'm going to throw in an additional 6 months of VIP coaching in my private community, which means you're going to get 1 full year from today to access this amazing community of coaching and support. And I'm in the community 3, 4, 5 times a day, no matter where I am in the world. And what does that do for you? It brings the total value of this package to over $4,000. And so just to recap, this amazing package is some of my best training in the world. It's cost me hundreds of thousands of dollars and 35 years to learn. I'm going to show you how to plan and how to achieve all of your goals and dreams. And what I'd like you to do is let's activate genius part of your brain right now. I want you to imagine 1 year from now, or 3 years from now, or maybe 20 years from now, you still earning the same or slightly more income, still living the same lifestyle, still overworked, still getting older, and yet achieving the same result that you're achieving right now. How would that scenario make you feel? Chances are that's not what you want. But what if a different scenario was possible? What if within 6 months to a year from now, you achieved one big goal? One big goal. Forget about 10, but one big goal that you set. What would achieving that big goal be worth to you? What if within 1 month from now, you can make one little shift in your life that can earn you an extra $100 or $500 or $1,000? Here's what I want you to think about. All of us have disposable income. Most people get their paycheck each month or every 2 weeks, and a percentage of that goes towards, movies, magazines, coffee, clothes, jewelry, going out to dinner, and things like that. So what I want to make sure you understand is I'm not asking you to go into debt for this at all. What I'm asking you to do for yourself is be smart, take and use some of your disposable income that you're already going to spend on movies and things like that. And instead of blowing it on something temporary, make a permanent investment in yourself. Because the money you put into your personal growth is ultimately going to return you way more money and emotional benefits and choice freedom. The choice freedom is choice freedom when you have money around what you're going to do, with who you're going to do it, and how you're going to do it. You may remember and have heard of Robert Kiyosaki. He wrote a great book called Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And in the book, he talks about the difference between assets and liabilities. And he said this: poor people buy liabilities. They buy cars, they buy boats, they buy those things that, they cost money, and then the money disappears. What the rich people do is they put their money into investments that actually turns into more money for them and more emotional freedom and predictability. Almost all of them invest in themselves first. And all I'm asking you to do for yourself today is divert a little bit of your disposable income into an investment in yourself to upgrade your knowledge and skills and abilities. And this is what will really give you more self-confidence and more certainty, knowing that you will achieve your life's purpose, your goals and dreams. And that means that you're going to see the biggest possible return on your investment for years to come, as opposed to something that's going to take money away from you. For some people, the Having It All program and bundle that I put together has increased their financial wealth. So for example, Jan Berry shared with us that he's been doing the Having It All program, and he wrote down his goals for this year, and he's already achieved 2 of them. One is a net worth of $2 million and cash flow of $100,000. For some, they haven't increased, their income, but they've increased their confidence and certainty about their abilities and what they will achieve. So Richard John Baker says, "Today I gave a pitch in front of about 20 people. I've always had a fear of public speaking. For the first time in my life, I was actually able to pull this off and got an ovation when I was done. This whole other person emerged for me during this presentation that I never knew existed. The exercises and meditation, along with the affirmations and reprogram I've been doing, have caused some pretty profound changes in my being. Look, every single month or every 2 weeks, you're getting a paycheck, right? The cool thing for you about this is that you get to buy your groceries and you have your disposable income, like I said before, and you spend that money anyway and it disappears. Then what happens later? You get paid again and the money replenishes itself. And so the cool thing about money is that money always replenishes itself. Every 2 weeks or so, it comes back again and again, over and over, right? So let me ask you a question. Does that also happen with your time also? When you miss your son or daughter's soccer game or recital because you're at the office or you're working or you're at home and you're too stressed out, do you get that time back? Of course you don't. Isn't that weird? Money replenishes itself, but your time never comes back. And this is something that I will teach you in the program, but here is one of the things to remember. Time is your biggest asset. That's your life's biggest asset. And since you're smart, take a resource, money, that replenishes itself every 2 or 4 weeks and invest it into something that's going to save you a ton of time and emotional discomfort and pain. When you start to value your time, you will gladly trade your money for it. As I see it, you can learn this stuff on your own. You can go figure it all out the hard way and the time-consuming way like I did for 35 years. Fortunately, I had some wonderful mentors. And you can spend hundreds of thousands of dollars or just thousands of dollars on coaching programs and spend hundreds of hours trying to get it right. You can go on setting goals and failing to achieve them and spending lots of money on expensive products that get you no further ahead than you are right now with little to no measurable results. Yes, you can do all that stuff. I'm just trying to save you a bunch of time and lots of money in the short and long term. So be smart. Use your money today to buy your choice, emotional, and financial freedom. In 2 weeks from now, you're going to have that money back anyway. And so to make this a no-brainer for you, I'm going to do something super special and a little crazy. And I shared a little bit about it before, but I'm going to do this. I'm going to guarantee your success. And the 30 days that you have to test the program out is going to be an unconditional 30-day money-back guarantee. So you have absolutely zero risk. Get the program today, apply what I teach you, engage with me in my coaching community, and if you don't think that this was worth and is worth 5 to 10 times the value and more, you can ask for a full refund. Guess what? That's a no-brainer. I'm going to take all the risk. You're going to get a great value, and you're going to give me a testimonial in 30 to 60 days. So for the last 90 minutes, I've shared a ton of information with you, but as you know, information alone is not going to help or save you. Action will. So just to remind you, when the counter hits 0 on this page, not only are the bonuses going to go away, this entire Having It All special will go back into my vault, and you will not be able to purchase it. That means no Having It All, no community for a year, no bonuses, no special price. And what I'd like you to do is look at it this way. People can have one of two things. They can either have more money and a great lifestyle, or they can have and live with their stories and excuses. So you now have two options. Option one is sign up and start hitting your goals and stop disappointing yourself or your loved ones. Or option two, you can come up with the same story or excuse of why you can't afford it, why you can't do it this time, why you don't have enough money or time to do it today, and come up with more excuses. Either way, that's fine. But the reality is this: you cannot have stories and excuses and success. You can have health, wealth, happiness, or excuses. So just decide which one you want. I know for me, I'd rather have health and wealth and happiness. And so that's why I've done this today. That's why I want you to invest in yourself, invest in the Having It All program so you can be coached and you can learn exactly what to do, how to do it, and when to do it. So make a decision right now, act in your favor. Just click on the button below, fill out the order form, click purchase, and you will immediately receive a welcome email and instant access to the program. So go ahead and do that. If for some reason you didn't click on that button or you want a little bit more, what I'd like you to do is close your eyes for just a moment and imagine what your life 1 month from now will be like when you take action on achieving your life's goals and dreams. What will taking action to completion mean to you? How will it make you feel? Now, I want you to imagine a little bit further, 6 months and then 12 months. What will it be like for you in your relationships, your job, or your business when you take action and forge forward on your goals and dreams? Imagine not having to cringe when you look back on your life and feel regretful. Now, you can open your eyes because this is your chance and final chance to access this amazing Having It All program for just 2 payments of $97. So you have nothing to lose because I'm guaranteeing the success of it. Take a leap of faith in yourself, jump into this program. Hundreds of thousands of people have been part of learning from me. Be a part of my success community. Make a decision right now. Click on the button. I'll see you on the other side. And what I'm also going to do, for those of you who are still not certain, I'm going to add 2 more bonuses for you, okay? One is called my Power Habits Generator, and it's a new program that I just created and works seamlessly with the other programs. And guess what? You're going to be able to create powerful daily new habits for unparalleled performance and success. You're going to be able to easily change your unwanted, destructive habits as I teach you how to create powerful new ones. And that program also sells for $197. And I'm going to give that to you for taking action right now. And I'm going to throw one more thing in. It's called my Personality, Strengths, and Success Profile Assessment. This normally sells for $500, and it's going to help you gain deep insights into what your natural talents are, skills are, your values, and your strengths, so you can unlock your potential and focus on what you're amazing at. And what I can share with you is that this entire package, the Having It All program, which is $197, the Values-Based Living program, which is $197, the How to Get More Done in Less Time program is $197, 12 months group coaching with me is almost $4,000, and the Power Habits Generator and the Personality, Strengths, and Assessment is $500. That is an over $5,278 package for you. And all you have to do, if you're willing to take action right now and give me a testimonial, remember, start today for $97, and you are going to put yourself on a track to succeed beyond your wildest dreams. All you need to do is stop being interested, be committed to your success, and I'll show you the exact steps to achieve your goals and dreams, just like my mentor, Alan Brown, did for me. So get started right now. And as a final thought for you, there's 2 kinds of people who show up on these trainings. The first one is the timid, nervous gal or guy who gets on here and they think it's really cool, it makes sense, and they want to do it, but they just don't take action. Now, I don't know about you, but But I personally don't enjoy working with people like those because they rarely achieve the success and they usually complain about how bad things are, even though they're not willing to do anything about it, and they act like victims. The people that I love to help are people like us. They get on this training, they hear it, they understand it, and they want to change. They step up, they take action, and boom, they start to get the results and make wonderful things happen in their life. So, which one are you? The person on the left or the person on the right? If you are now ready to take some massive action in your life and do some amazing things to change your life for the better, join me and let's do this together. Just click below, sign up right now, and you will be able to start achieving your life's goals and dreams. So just take action, and I'll see you on the other side in my community so that you can learn exactly what you need to do to achieve every one of your goals and dreams. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. And I imagine if you're still watching and listening, you are really ready and need to do this right now.